Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kyle here. Let me see if I can move this over. There's a glare. It is Thursday, June 23rd, almost 10 o'clock tonight. Just thought I'd make a quick video on this channel just to log some thoughts I had going through today, which I might start doing on this channel a lot more. And I made this video once and I put it on the website, but for some reason it was only a minute 29 long, so I'm going to make it again and hope I get in every second I can here. I guess some of the thoughts I had today include a favorite band of mine named the Wonder Years, who a few friends watching this might know who they do know who I'm talking about, and they're gonna laugh and call me an idiot. But there's a line in one of their songs. A lot of their lyrics I find very inspiring, but this one's a little bit different. And the line was, "Growing up means watching my heroes turn human in front of me." It means a lot to me because, you know, once I started this transformation, all that kind of stuff, realizing how fake everything is, you know, everything just, you know, all your heroes, you know, my heroes are typically athletes more than politicians, because I've never really believed in a politician in the first place, but for some people like Ron Paul, that line means a lot to me because I made a video about Ron Paul and realizing that, you know, he's been the same guy for the last 30, 40 years. You can tell me whatever you want to convince me that he's a real guy, but the truth is you'll never know. And you can't really take these guys that you see on TV all the time as real people. You know, any TV show you like, any kind of stuff like that, especially sports, and you kind of hear you have, you know, you're watching them. And it's not that they're turning human, it's you realizing that people like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, who my sister admires, are no different than you are, and we have no business admiring these people. You know, so because when you really realize it, you know, when they use people like Lady Gaga in the Illuminati and things like that to put their agenda out there, you know, if Lady Gaga said no, there'd just be another Lady Gaga out there replacing her. So the cycle she might have a different name like Lady Goo or something like that, but you know, they just put people out there for their agenda, and really nothing would ever change. So anyway, that's one of the things you know, every time I listen to that song and I hear that line, it just, you know, I don't think the intentions were the same from the guy who wrote the song. However, that's, you know, that's the beauty of art, and that we can interpret it any way we want to. The other thing is, you know, I was sitting at the dinner table tonight, and typically I'll talk to my dad about politics or whatever, and it doesn't necessarily always get into New World Order kind of stuff, but, you know, he mentioned that Barack chose to start drilling in that oil rig or whatever in our country, and, you know, and typically once we say anything about politics, my younger sister just tells us to stop talking. She won't have any conversation with us, and her being, you know, a sophomore in high school, she has an iPhone, and all she does is sit there all day on her iPhone, on her Facebook, and pretend she has something, you know, that she needs to be doing. Paying attention to Justin Bieber, she'll tell us to shush when we're talking about politics, but she'll also tell us to shush when Justin Bieber is on the TV, and she's a complete worshiper of this kid, just like millions and millions of other people. You know, and she hates Selena Gomez because she's stealing her man. It's just ridiculous, the fact that you admire somebody so much for just being some sort of a little chipmunk artist guy. And I mean, I can hate on Justin Bieber all day like everybody else, but really I feel like I hate on him for, or we don't like him for other reasons. I mean, I hate Justin Bieber just as much as I hate Lindsay Lohan for being in the news for no frickin' reason, you know? Why? And it's like we don't expect these things out of her. Like, you know, and we always talk about, oh, well, yeah, like you know, you'd expect anything different, like for her to get better. No, I'd expect her to be off the TV. I don't care what she does. You know, she could shoot and kill somebody for all I care, you know. And there's people that shoot and kill other people that don't make the news, and she would make the news because she's Lindsay Lohan, and I personally think that's unfair. You know, if I shoot and kill a guy, I want to be on TV. Because if you see my point, Lindsay Lohan is no different than I or you. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, meanwhile in Libya, meanwhile anywhere else, there are more important things. There are probably more important things going on in this room that you would be more concerned about, or that you should be more concerned about than Lindsay Lohan. Maybe more concerned that, I don't know, that there's a V for Vendetta mask on my wall that I just bought, and it's kind of just sitting there. That's more important than anything I've seen in the news today. Of course, that's not to anyone's importance but mine at all, but you see my point. So, I think my sister is a very good representation of your typical teenage child who not only does not know what's going on, but does not care. She's also a good representation because she acts like her life is miserable all the time. She's always complaining, drama, drama, drama. However, when they hear that there's something more important going on that she should be concerned with, she doesn't want to hear a word of it because her life is all fine and dandy, and she doesn't want to hear any negative things, calling me depressing and negative. And no matter how many times I tell her that there's a positive message to the end of all of it, she refuses. Not only because it's her brother acting like he knows more than she does, but because all of a sudden her problems, when she hears that there's a bigger problem out there, the problems that she has just disappear. People use this drama, this girl drama, as an excuse to make their lives interesting. People hate each other, and words get spread, and feelings get hurt, and that's what makes them interested in their own lives. However, when something of importance comes along, all of their problems go away. Much like there's something I talked about with that Reagan quote, when he mentions that if we had an extraterrestrial attack, all of us would forget our differences. And it's much like that. We have all these small problems in our lives, but we refuse to accept that we like those problems because they make us, they give us something to turn our attention to. So, things like sports and hating each other because we like different teams and things like that. So, those are the kind of things that went through my head today. Went for a bike ride and kind of thought about that kind of stuff today. So, not much going on. I guess in important news, I'm sure you've heard, but if you haven't, Ben Bernanke decided that we are not doing quantitative easing 3, and if you don't know what that is, it's not important. What's important is a few things. The economic collapse that we foresee in the future will be longer delayed. It could have been by the end of this summer, but I doubt that will happen now. This could also mean that the euro crashes sooner, or the dollar crashes much after the euro. I foresaw it being, only a couple weeks after the euro crashes. So a lot of things change here. Gold is going to drop for a bit, but it's also going to explode as usual. So if you got gold or silver, don't even think about selling it. And thank Ben Bernanke for, our holy Lord and Savior Ben Bernanke, for giving us a few more months to prepare for this economic collapse. The only problem with this is that he not only is he giving you a few more months, but the collapse is most likely going to be a lot worse. So prepare for that if you haven't already. Use this extra time to save up a couple cash dollar, a little bit of paper, and go ahead and spend it on some protein and such. A lot of water. Get a lot of water. If you don't have that much money to do it with, get water first. That's more important than food. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys soon. Check out my channel if you like what you hear. I'm Kyle from Love and Solidarity. Love you all. I will talk to you soon.